and now it's stuck. Some giant rat, the other end's grabbed hold of it. It's a Monday morning and we're going to start the week with some drain clearing. Glamorous stuff. As you can see, the water build-up. Well, we've got a bit of a reservoir now. I tried to unblock that clay pipe down there, but it's just not happening, so I'm gonna see how easy it is to just dig a channel through, see how much of this we can drain. Well, that was a success. Now to the other end, because that's even worse. Obviously I'd use drainage rods if I had them with me. For now I've got an arm. As you've seen, we really do have a problem with the flooding out this side of the barn, or standing water at least. Down the other end I've sorted that by just digging a trench through to the field and it drains. But there's a high point in the middle and the rest flows this way. It's not actually that bad today because, well, it's just naturally dried up. I broke through a little bit of the concrete there where it's broken the slab through anyway, so I guess it drains there. All the silt's backed up down here, but the drainage is actually in there. Now, there's a clay pipe that goes up that way for about 3 meters, turns 90 and runs down the side of the steel barn, and then we can get to it at the other end. I can rod it to the 90, but it's pretty much clogged at that point, and I can't come in from the other end because it's clogged back that way. So I don't know how much it's silted up, but I imagine it's quite a lot. Therefore, we've had a few good recommendations, and one of which is to try using a drain clearing hose that goes on the pressure washer and crawls its way through. A bit like when you're molding through soil for a cable or a pipe, I guess. This kind of does the same because it's got a forward and a backward spraying jet. I've cheaped out and gone for the unbranded Amazon version and saved myself 30 quid, but let's see how it gets on. Right, some sort of PTFE tape. That's the attachment I hope will fit on our little kasha. I mean, surely there was instructions. Actually, no, there really wasn't. There's that thing. There's that thing. And there's that. Now, that one has got a forward-facing jet and a bunch of rear-facing ones. I guess that just pushes everything back towards you. Here's the end of our hose. So that goes on there. That appears to be the same fitting, I hope. No instructions, but it's a pretty handy diagram on Amazon there. There's a rubber, I don't think we need the PTFE. So that's that one. And the other end either has a rotating jet nozzle. Oh, I see, yes, on a bearing. So that spins. Or that one, which is the jet nozzle, which we'll try first. This says it's for a different gun, so we don't actually need that. Now this cost, well, it's £36 if you want a 15 metre one, or £49 if you want twice the length, 30 metres. Of course we went 30 metres because we've got long pipes. I think that's it. See how we get on. Right, I think it's probably a good idea to switch over to this. Right, as you can see, there's clay pipe there, which has seen better days, but it does go all the way through until it hits the blockage. This, I think, is just a silt trap, so everything flowed into there. You could clear this bit out, but that's kind of collapsed. So it's going to spit all over my face. Yes, yes it will. I'm going to try this spiral head. No. It's just flat at the end, so it doesn't really go forward. It's catching. Interestingly, because it's got the back jets, it pulls itself in, so you don't have to like feed it, because obviously this doesn't have any rigidity to it. I've got drainage rods down in the barn, but they're just so not, well, they're just not flexible enough for this sort of thing. Question is, do we bother taking the hose and the power all the way down there to come up from the other end? Assuming that we've got the other end of the right pipe. Welcome back, you find me at the other end of said pipe. First thing to note, the long hose that we bought, I think we probably need to get some sort of reel to put it on, because it's a bit kinky. Don't like kinky hoses. But it might, to be honest, the Karsha one's kinky as well. And that drain, I'm hoping, is this one here, which is a cracked concrete drain. The downpipe comes down to this clay socket, which is a bit cracked, but it does work because there's never any standing water here. Suddenly worrying that a load of rats are going to come out. It looks more like a burrow than a drain right now. I'd say we are about 10 metres up, but that's not long enough. And now it's stuck. Some giant rat, the other end's grabbed hold of it. Oh, come on. It's like when you get your fishing line stuck, you just think, is this worth pulling and losing the hook? Come on. Maybe it's snagged on the actual hose. Ah, I love a Monday morning. Come on. Oh, that's just almost as satisfying as actually unblocking the drain. Well, look, I think the kit is okay, bearing in mind it's running on a little tiny electric pressure washer. However, our blockage is just a little bit too stubborn for it. And with that in mind, we also need to find ourselves a decent pressure washer. So I'm all up for hearing your reviews of a larger petrol machine, whether we go with, I think Dad's got a Clark or something from Machine Mart, which worked really well. I think it was a Honda engine. It's going to get used and abused here, and it's going to be a vital part of work around the farm. However, as always, the caveat is there is a budget of sorts, so let us know what's the best bang for buck. And I know buy once, cry once, but I'm not going to spend thousands on a pressure washer. While we might not have unblocked all the drains, I think we probably cleared everything to the elbow there, but maybe not coming up the other end. But I feel like we need to do something, so I may as well pressure wash the yard. This really is just a token gesture. I know I should be doing it properly once we've got a better machine. Well, at least we've established a bit of a clean path now to get in and out. This strip of concrete here, apart from the bits I've dug out over there, looks like it's a relatively sound bit. And I reckon this line here would not be a bad place to cut a channel, just some ACO drainage, because that is the point at which the drain is at the other end, and this one would be easy enough to get across. In other news, we have got some absolutely huge glulam beams for our cabin build. These are 350 by 90, there's a pair of them. So they'll span the 6.5 meters over the living area of the cabin, and I promise very soon I'll share the full design and layout for the cabin. I just haven't got around to doing any of the screen recording and the screenshots of it, because at the moment it's just sitting on a computer. It's almost there. Of course, we're still waiting on the unspoken, which is the chassis, or the two chassis. And until they get here, it's a bit of a stalling, sort of stagnant point, because the joists are cut, the insulation's here. Yes, we're going to start cutting the insulation because we know our centres, but there's not much more we can do. We can't start framing and standing walls until the deck is down, and the deck can't be done until the chassis are here. So there we go. But our roof trusses are all here as well. So we've got the top part of the building, we just haven't got the bottom. Well, same day, different end. From unblocking drains, now we're going to unclog the workshop. In the background, away from the cameras, we have been stupidly moving our house ourselves. We took, if you can do it yourself, to a whole new level, which we shouldn't have. We should have just got movers, and we said that last time we moved. When we moved here, we used movers, and we said that was the best thing, that was the best money we spent. That makes entire sense. Stupidly, I don't know what we were thinking. A 6-bedroom house, 3 workshops, and 3 kids worth of stuff, and 2 businesses. Oh, exhausted. We did a 7.5 tonner at the weekend that Dad drove. I've got a Luton coming tomorrow, and I've done probably about 12 trips with the 10-foot livestock trailer. It would have been a colossal amount, even for movers, and we would have probably been supposedly 8 to 10 grand. So yes, we had to buy a new set of wheels for the trailer, which we would have had to buy anyway, and we've hired 2 vehicles. But down to the last few bits, the big bits, the bandsaw, which I'm going to try and get into the Luton tomorrow, strap in first. But this evening's efforts have got to go into taking apart this workbench. Well, that's that then. All of the units we built, what, 3 months ago, are all out again. But I've freed up space in the cowshed to put them straight in. So we should have a workshop by tomorrow. Albeit there's only one single socket in the building, so we might have to get the electricians around, I think.